What's going on, guys? So in this video I'm going to give a brief explanation of the basics of using an interface as a type in things such as an array list. So let's get started. This is the interface here, the symbol for it in BlueJ. So let's write the interface. So public interface weighable, and that's all you have to do for the class header of the interface. And basically all methods in an interface are abstract, and basically an interface is a template for other classes. So it's a form of polymorphism, but instead of something taking many shapes, everything conforms to a certain shape which is set by the interface that they implement. So let's say we want all subclasses of this interface to implement a getWeight method. So the type is automatically set, the return. So all we need to do, the access modifier is public. So all we have to do is put the return type, which is int, and the name of the method, which we want to be called getWeight. So let's put that in there. And we don't want any arguments because it's a getter method. And yep, that's all there is to it, guys. So that interface is there now. And now let's try making some subclasses. So let's make a dog subclass. Okay. So public class dog, make the constructor public dog. And we want a dog to have a weight that we can use in the getWeight method. So let's set an argument in the constructor called ArrayWeight. Okay, so let's write the body. And first of all, do a field. Let's make it private int weight. And now we'll initialize it in the constructor. So weight equals our weight. Okay, and let's do the same for another class. Let's make a cat class. Okay, so public class cat, curly braces. Let's make the constructor, give it a similar argument to the previous one because we want to implement the method of getWeight. So let's do that and put the field in there. Okay, so int private int, field should generally be private for encapsulation. Okay, there we go, guys. We've got two classes here, and all you have to do is implement them as interface types. Or should I say, to implement them as interface types is in the class header, write implements, and whatever interface you want them to implement, each can implement as many interfaces as they want. So here we want our classes to implement weighable. To implement more interfaces, you just do a comma and then write whatever the other interface name is. So here we go. Weighable. So let's do that in dog as well. What have I done wrong here? Misspelling maybe. Implements weighable. Oh, here we go, guys. This is where you start seeing the template come up because the error will be cat is not abstract and does not override abstract method getWeight. So before this will compile, we need to implement the getWeight method. So let's do that. Okay, so public int getWeight. Okay, so all we need to do is return weight. As long as we get the correct header and the correct return value, we can do anything we want in here. So let's remove those. Okay. And let's put that same method in the dog class. And this one also implements weighable. Okay, just remove the extra one, the extra curly bracket. And I've accidentally deleted a class curly bracket, which is never a good idea because it stops working. Okay, let's do the same here. Can put, oh, what's going on here? Implements weighable. Okay. Capital letter for weight. That should not be there. Let's remove this one. Okay, weighable. I'm getting too happy with lack of capital letters and capital letters. So there we go. Weighable. So cat and dog now are both of type interface. So let's test iterating through an array list that contains both of those types. So let's call it test inter for test interface. And let's construct the class header. Do the curly braces, public, write the constructor. We don't want any arguments because this is just a test class. So let's do that. Okay, we're using the ArrayList to test our interface. So let's import an ArrayList from java.util.ArrayList. There we go. And now let's initialize the ArrayList. Let's call it animals equals new ArrayList. There we go, and declare the field. So private ArrayList of type. Now here is where we use the interface as a type. So weighable. So you can hold any type that's a subclass of interface because they're all of type weighable. Okay, so let's call that animals. Okay, that compiles all good. So now in our constructor, let's add some entries to the array list of animals. So animals dot add new dog of weight 4. Animals dot add new dog of weight 7. Okay, animals dot add new cat of weight 3. Animals dot add new cat of weight 2. There we go. Okay, accidentally was my colon instead of a semicolon. So now we need to iterate through the list. So this is where being of the same type comes in handy. So we can just, in our for each loop, the type of every class that we've got in our array list is weighable. So let's just call each object an animal. In animals, iterate through each one. So an animal, we know they've all got the get weight method because we just implemented that in their interface. So let's call get weight on every animal, and let's store the result in string weight, or should I say our weight, make it a local variable. Okay, get weight, think about int, oh, okay, there we go, int, I forgot it returns an integer. Okay, so in our loop now, we can iterate through, and let's also get the class name of each one. So string C name equals an animal dot get class dot get name. Okay, so now let's print our results one per line, so let's use that. So let's type class here so we can easily see the class that is currently being called. Let's call it C name. Okay, there we go. And let's also show the weight clearly. Okay. There we go, guys. So now this can iterate through all of our objects in ArrayList, even though their classes are originally different types, because they're all of type variable. So hopefully this will work correctly. So let's call our constructor for the test inter method, and it should run all of those loops. Okay, so class dog weight 4, class dog weight 7, class cat weight 3, class cat weight 2. So that's exactly what we've added to our ArrayList, and that's all there is to it, guys, using an interface as a type. So it can be expanded a lot, so it's pretty handy. Yeah, so that's it. So hopefully this video helped you, and don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Take it easy, guys.